Hello and welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson. So today is the 26th of January 2021 and we're continuing our work on money. Our LI today is to count money in pounds. So here we can have a little look on the screen at our pound sign. That is what it looks like. You will become familiar with this. You might have already done it in year 2 before. So you can pause the video here if you like and write your LI, but you don't have to. Our first step today is counting money in pounds, okay? So that's the first thing that we're going to be doing, and it's something that you're going to build upon when you're doing your worksheet at the end of the lesson. Step 2 is to use bar model to answer money questions. So we've used bar model before when we've times and when we've done adding and subtracting. You can use it for everything. Obviously we are doing adding today and taking away, but just using money. So you can still use bar model. It's just a way of representing your answer. Step 3 is our chili challenge today, and that is I can answer problem solving questions, okay? So there is another worksheet which is kind of like your chili challenge with your problem solving questions on, okay? So as usual, we start off with yesterday, so something that we learnt previously that will help us in our lesson today. So I'd like you to pause the video here and I'd like you to add up these amounts of money, please, and write down the answer. So, what did you get? Our first one, let's have a look. We've got 1p, 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, because that one is worth 2. So in total, we have got 5p there. For our next one, I sometimes like to add the bigger amounts up first. I didn't with that one, but just thinking about it, I would add those two up first and then add that one at the end. I think it would be easier. So I would add 10, 20, and then I'd add a 5 at the end. So 10, 20, and 5 is 25p. So I'll do the same for this one. We've got our 50p there, and we've got two 20s, which equal 40. So 40 and 50 equals 90p altogether. Well done if you got that right. So, first of all, it's going to be my turn. So you can sit back and I'll show you how I would answer this question. There are lots of different ways, but I'll show you how I'm going to do it, okay? So, at first, this is our pound coin, okay? We should have come across pound coins before, and if we haven't, then you can just remember that this is a pound coin. They look like that. They've got a little silver circle in the middle, gold circle around the edge, and they say £1 at the bottom. So the first thing is we're counting up in ones. It's not 1p, it's £1, which is 100p. But we can count up in ones, okay? And just remember to pop our pound sign at the end. So we're going to count up together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not 6p, is it? It's £6. And when we write our pound sign, we always write it before our amount. So our next ones, these are £10 notes, okay? You've probably seen them before. £10 notes are kind of like orangey colour. So that means we're counting up in tens, okay, to work out how many pounds altogether. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that person's got £50. It's a lot, isn't it? Our next one, this is a £5 note, okay? So a £5 note is like a greeny blue colour and it's a little bit smaller than a £10 note, although you can't really see that when you're looking on the screen. So we're going to count up in fives to work out how many pounds. 5, 10, 15. So that means there's £15 there altogether. And lastly, these are our £20 notes. So they're the biggest amount that we're going to be working with today, and they are a purpley colour. So we're going to count up in 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80. So that person's got £80. Remember, it doesn't matter where the equal sign is, it still means the same. The question is still the same. Right. Now what we're going to do is you're going to pause the video in a second and have a go at completing the bar models. But first of all, I'm just going to quickly go through how we do it. So as you can see, there's an amount of money there. I'm not going to tell you what it is now. I'll tell you after. And if we add all of these up, we get our big amount at the top. So you pop your answer, your full amount at the top, okay? And then you kind of got to do the opposite. So you've got £30 at the top in total, and you need to think about what amount of money could go in there. But the tricky thing is, it's got to be the same amount, okay? It's got to be the same. It can't be a £5 note and then a £10 note and then a £20 note. One, because that wouldn't equal 30, but also because it's an equal amount, okay? Pause the video here and have a go. So, let's have a think. So for the first one, you are going to need to count up in 5 because that is a £5 note. So let's do that together. 5, 10, 15 and 20. So all together, that's £20, okay? You can't just write 20, you have to write £20, okay? Because it's not just 20, is it? So for this one, you've got £30, so you need to split £30 up into 3 amounts, okay? 3 things. You're dividing it by 3, basically. So you could divide it by 3 using your dots method. You could divide it by 3 by doing dividing 3 by. You could get 30 dots and pop it into 3 different boxes, or you could do it however you like. But you would work out that that would be a £10 note in each box, because 10 add 10 add 10 equals 30. Okay, so that would be 10 there. You don't have to draw up a £10 note. 10 and 10. There we go. That last one was a little bit tricky because you did have to divide. Okay, so our second question, I'd like you to match the money to the correct total, okay? So you need to look at how much that is, how much that is, how much that is, and then match to the correct total, okay? So I'm going to get you to pause the video. Oh, and then you need to write down which one is the odd one out and say why, okay? You need to explain your answer. Have a go, pause the video, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so you should have paused the video. Let's count them up. So these are £20 notes. 20, 40, 60. So we need to draw a line where it says £60. So that's our middle one, isn't it? So let's draw a line there. Okay, so let's do the next one. So these are a bit tricky because these are £1 coins, but next to £1 coins, these are £2 coins, okay? You might have seen them before. So I'm going to count up the 2s first, and I'm going to count up the 1s, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9, 10, okay? So that's £10 altogether. So we need to match it with the one that says £10. Then we need to count up the £5. These are £5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well done. Remember, you should always check, even though you can assume that it's £25, because obviously it's the last one. But you should always check, just in case they're trying to trick you. Okay, so first of all, which is the odd one out? What do you think? Have you explained why on your piece of paper? For me, I think the odd one out is the middle one. And I think it's the middle one because that has 2 different amounts of money, 2 different coins or notes, okay? These are 3 20s, these are 5 5s, but these are 4 2s and 2 1s, okay? So it is the odd one out because it's not using the same coin or note, okay? That's what I would put. Did you put something different or did you put something the same? It's always important to explain your answer. Don't just say the middle one or the first one. You always have to say why. You always have to use because. Okay, so now it's your turn. So similar to yesterday, we're still using the White Rose sheets for this because they're really, really good and they're really visual. So they've got lots of pictures of coins on them, okay? Your mile challenge is to complete the first page of the questions, page 1 to 4, okay? As I said, again, we are kind of recapping here. You have done this sort of thing before, but it might have been quite a long time ago, okay? Because of the coronavirus and lockdown, before when you were in year 2, you have missed a little bit, so we're just having to sort of catch up a little bit, okay? So this is just to make sure you know you're really secure so we can move on to trickier things. So therefore, most of you will probably be wanting to do medium challenge, which is a whole worksheet, and a lot of you are probably going to want to do the chili challenge as well. Make sure that a grown-up has taken a picture of your work or sent in your work to your portfolio, and so me, Mrs. Eichetta, or Mr. Sherman can mark it. Okay, good luck.